Gratitude. One of the most powerful things that we can use in our life is gratitude for almost anything, for our daily routines, whether it's as we wake up and greet the sun, or after something like a meditation practice, to deeply feel gratitude in an authentic way for what is true within your life and within yourself. Sometimes it can be difficult to be grateful for certain things, such as some relationships that cause us pain. I have recently reconnected with a young lady that I dated earlier in the year. It was a very quick relationship, 3 or 4 months. Things moved very fast. It was very hot. It was a delightful fire to stand within. But things quickly changed, and that energy quickly dispersed. Now, this woman had, according to her, borderline personality disorder. So there was a lot of erratic emotions. It was kind of hard to communicate about certain things with her, such as boundaries at times. But there was passion, there was love, and it was difficult to get over and let go. But I did. I tend towards, I suppose, in the attachment style system, I tend towards more of an anxious attachment style. My long-term girlfriend that I was with for 10 years was more of an avoidant attachment style. I would say leaning dismissive avoidant. This recent young lady that I dated earlier in the year, I would say is maybe more of a fearful avoidant. And from the research that I've done, man, we're drawn, tend to be drawn. The anxious attachment folks and the avoidant attachment folks often tend to find each other. Some of their trauma, shortcomings kind of link in together and fit like difficult, jagged puzzle pieces. But yeah, I reintegrated myself after the recent lady that I dated earlier in the year. I started to work really hard towards just a more secure style of attachment in my life, to myself, to other relationships. Building more of a secure attachment style in my life, again, to people and myself, has been one of the tasks that I've undertaken over this last year and a half, with a great deal of progress. But when the heart gets involved, when there's a deep, passionate connection, it's easy for some things to fall away, or for one to get distracted from that process of growth and change that one might be undertaking. So I had a dream. I had a dream about this young lady. Quite a number of months with few periodic bouts of contact, but hardly any contact. Not really much hanging out together or anything like that. I had a dream about this young lady. Now, I reached out to her the day after the dream because it just struck me. It was very vivid. And it turned out that this young lady had gone to a club, like an electronic music club. That night that I had the dream, she went on her own and she'd been thinking about me. Later that night, I went to sleep and I had a dream about her. That layer of reality, the dream world, is just another part of the larger universe in this existence, and has its own realness to it and can inform us in various ways about reality. They overlap, they connect. They tell us things about ourselves, and sometimes they reconnect people. So I reached out and found out about the synchronicity, and one thing led to another, and we started spending a little bit of time together. Now, given that she's a fearful avoidant type, as far as I can tell, that petered out pretty quick, and I got attached very quickly, and some of those secure attachment skills that I've been building started to get a little bit shaky. So sometimes in those cases we fall back onto habits. Things to prop us up, right? Crutches, monkeys to keep us company. In this case, fire rituals. Now, I've tried to make the most of this habit that I've never really had, just been sort of periodic smoker at drinking outings with friends and other kinds of things like raves, but not really regularly on my own. I've been smoking my face off. I partly used it in a positive sense to take a break, to give me an excuse to go for a little walk while I've been clearing my workshop and processing the emotions attached to that task. It's been very helpful. But because of some amazing news that I got recently, it's a habit I'm going to have to kick and probably replace it with just a chance to go for a walk, get some air, to ease the mind, lighten the heart, and traverse the neighborhood a little bit as I continue to explore, clear, and organize my back room. You see, I changed my diet as part of this huge time of change in the last year and a half. Started out exploring carnivore diet, which is very strict, basically just eating meat, particularly like beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And it's changed the shape of my body a little bit. I've lost a bit of weight, but that's not the reason that I did it. I did it to help with chronic pain and migraines. And it's really, along with a few other lifestyle changes, it's given me my life back. I'm not under the fog and pressure of migraines basically every day. I'm not shrinking away from the sunlight and any loud noise that comes into my space. And I'm able to talk better, I'm able to breathe better, I'm able to think better. It's quite incredible. I've been transitioning to maybe more of like an animal-based diet, a little bit of veg, maybe a little bit of fruit, occasional honey and things like that. But it's been huge. It's been huge in my life to change things and help with chronic health conditions that I have not been able to really deeply and effectively ease and mitigate for many, many years. It's been a game changer, as they say. One of the concerns with carnivore animal-based diet is heart health, for, I guess, maybe obvious reasons, considering a lot of the kind of standard mainstream recommendations about eating less meat and salt and these kinds of things. But heart health is one of the concerns. And, maybe a couple years ago, I was starting to get, before I started changing my diet, but I was starting to get weird heartbeats, and when I would do intense exercise, I was getting a little nauseous and sweating, and I'd have to stop much quicker than I was used to from previous years of doing intense exercise. It was concerning. I thought maybe it was an after effect of getting COVID a few times. And so I went and eventually found a cardiologist and underwent a number of scans and a few stress tests where you run on a treadmill, do a few tests of exertion with some sensors on your body to measure different aspects of your vitals. And most things were fine, except my heart, as I had felt previously, would beat hard. And they had to stop the test early. And this happened a couple times in 2 stress tests. Now, the scans were sort of inconclusive, didn't really show a basic problem. And I ultimately was asked to wait for, I think it was called an angiogram CT scan, where they basically do an X-ray of, I think, like your heart and your arteries to see if there's any blockages, which was, I guess, the primary suspect for this strange heart behavior that I was experiencing. Now, again, eating too much meat, clog your arteries, that's what they say. But I've been working hard with my health. I've been taking vitamin D2, vitamin K2, and I don't know, doing a lot of healing on myself, doing a lot of regular activity. And after about a year of waiting for this test and the results, I finally got it and then saw my cardiologist just a couple days ago. I was very nervous about it, but I got the all clear. Not only that, I was told that I have 0 calcium and plaque in my arteries. And I have the arterial system of an 18-year-old, which is less than half my age. And it was a huge relief. It was a bit of a specter, a shadow of fear looming over my life as I waited to get the test and then the results, because the implications of that might have been that I would have to reduce activity, and exercise has been a really big and positive, healthy part of the changes I've made, as well as just potential for shortened life and other issues down the road. But turns out I'm not just all good, I'm better than all good. I'm healthy. I was the healthiest person that my cardiologist saw on the day that I saw him. So he had good things and compliments to say, and it was a great relief. So it's another reminder to stop this very terrible habit. I do not suggest that any of you undertake this habit. And if you currently are a smoker, I suggest that soon you find a way to quit, as I will be doing. But we all have our vices, our crutches, our monkeys that ride our backs at different points in our life, and sometimes it's a coping mechanism, and hopefully we find ways to make use of it and then let it go before too long. So, impermanence. Relationships come, relationships go. People breathe and move and live and love, and then eventually we all take our last breath and go away. Everything is impermanent. The fire of change, whether it's metaphorical or actual physical, will come for all of us and everything. And I hope that all of you can find agency and bring some fire of change with purpose into your life to change things for the better before maybe some things are too late, before it's difficult or impossible to change. The human family will find its way back together. The masculine and feminine energy of the world will find a way to reconnect and get along again in time as we put in this difficult work of change. So good luck to you all in your process, and much love.